Oh,
Okay, looks like we've got everybody connected in here. So we'll go back on the record from this morning. This is People versus Corey James, Mexico again, case number 236537. We do have Mr. Fenton connected on behalf of the people. We have Mr. Brown here on behalf of Mr. Mexico, and Mr. Mexico is joined by Zoom video. All parties are here by Zoom video. Mr. Brown, it's my understanding that the parties have reached a plea agreement in this case. Is that correct?
It is, Your Honor, as was mentioned earlier at an earlier court hearing today. There was a revised offer. I have reviewed that with Mr. Mexico, and it is my understanding we are going to take advantage of that offer.
All right, can you tell me what the terms of this offer are, please?
Yes, Your Honor. To my understanding, the terms of the offer are going to be a plea to count one, possession of methamphetamine with intent to deliver. It would be an added count. I'm not sure of the number for possession of fentanyl, and the remainder, including all counts and all enhancements, would be dismissed.
That's true, Judge. It'll be an added count 5. And furthermore, as discussed on the record this morning, we will refrain from filing the amended information that we are going to, adding an additional count of delivery of methamphetamine.
All right, and what's the maximum statutory penalty for possession of fentanyl?
Possession of fentanyl is a 4-year, similar to possession of heroin and cocaine, and it's the same PAC code. It's 333.7403 2A5. 4 years and/or $25,000.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Mexico, are you able to hear what the lawyers have said?
yes, sir.
Okay, is that your understanding of the plea agreement as well?
Yes, it is.
Is that how you want to proceed today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. You can lower your hand. Mr. Mexico, are you currently on any kind of probation or parole?
No, sir.
Okay. So you're going to be pleading guilty to count 1, which is possession with intent to deliver methamphetamine. That's a felony that carries with it a maximum possible penalty of up to 20 years and or a $25,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And then as Mr. Fenton indicated, you're also going to be pleading guilty to an added count 5, which is possession of fentanyl. That is a 4-year felony that carries with it a maximum penalty of up to 4 years and or a $25,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And then in consideration of your plea to those 2 charges, all the other charges and all the enhancements, including the habitual force enhancement, will be dropped. Is that also your understanding?
Yes, sir.
With all of those things in mind, what is your plea to each of those charges today?
Guilty.
Right now, you have certain rights. I'm going to go through those with you here on the record. You have the right to have a trial. You have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. You have the right to have any witnesses against you appear at trial and to question those witnesses. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses on your behalf appear at trial. You have the right to remain silent during a trial and to not have that silence used against you, and the right to testify at a trial yourself if you wanted. Do you understand all those rights?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you're giving up and waiving all of those rights, including the right to have a trial.
Yes, sir.
Also, you don't have an automatic right to appeal the plea that you're making here today. If you wanted to try to appeal it or get it reversed, you would have to ask the next higher court up, the Court of Appeals, to hear your case. If they said no, then that would be the end of any appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone threatened you with anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, sir. No, sir.
Is it your own free choice to plead guilty?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Okay, so the information indicates this happened back on May 9th of 2023. Is that the correct date?
Yes.
On that date, were you here in Otsego County?
Yes.
And on that date, while you were here in Otsego County, did you have possession of a substance known as fentanyl?
Yes.
And did you know that that's what that substance was?
Yes.
Did you have any legal right to have any amount of that at that time?
No.
Did you also have possession of some methamphetamine?
Yes.
And was it your intent to either give or sell that methamphetamine at some point to someone else?
Yes.
Did you have any legal right to do that at that time?
No.
All right, thank you. Mr. Fenton, are the people satisfied with the factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown?
Your Honor, I am satisfied with the factual basis. I also believe the court has complied with statute and court rule for the taking of pleas, and I am not aware of any promises, threats, or inducements that have not been placed on the record.
Agreed.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Mexico, the court finds that your plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. The court is satisfied there is a factual basis to support a finding that you are guilty of count 1 and the added count 5. The court will accept your guilty plea as to both charges. We'll set this matter for a sentencing date. Mr. Fenton, can you notify the probation and parole office of the plea here today so they can start the PSI process?
Certainly.
Okay, and then Mr. Mexico, someone from the probation department is going to be getting in touch with you. It's important that you follow up with that call so that they can do the pre-sentence report. And then also just make sure that you stay in touch with your attorney, Mr. Brown, before that sentencing hearing so you can go through that report with him, okay?
Okay.
Then the court will also adjourn the trial dates for next week in light of the plea today. Mr. Fenton, anything further we need to address?
Nothing. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Brown?
Nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Mexico, did you have any questions at all?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all for today. All parties are free to disconnect at this time.